The notification arrived just after midnight. For Maya, a rising TikTok star with over 2 million followers, it was an unusual time for a brand collaboration email. The message looked official, a lucrative partnership with a major fashion label. Her heart raced with excitement. The sender asked her to click a link to a special portal to review the contract. Without a second thought, she tapped the link. The login page looked exactly like TikTok's official site. She typed her username, she typed her password, she entered her two-factor authentication code. The page refreshed, showing a simple error message. She shrugged it off, assuming it was a temporary glitch, and drifted off to sleep. The morning brought a chilling silence. Her phone, usually buzzing with a constant stream of likes, comments, and shares, was eerily quiet. Incorrect password, it flashed. She tried again, and again. Panic began to set in. A frantic check of her email revealed the devastating truth, a flurry of security alerts from TikTok. Her password had been changed, her recovery email had been switched, her phone number was unlinked. She was completely locked out. Her digital empire, built over 3 years of relentless creativity and late-night editing sessions, had vanished overnight. A friend sent her a screenshot that made her blood run cold. Her profile picture was gone, replaced by a generic avatar. Her bio now contained a cryptic message with a link to a scam cryptocurrency site. Her latest videos were being deleted one by one, each deletion feeling like a physical blow. This wasn't just a hack, it was an erasure of her digital identity. The feeling of violation was profound. Every video, every comment, every direct message was now in the hands of a stranger. Maya's story is not an isolated incident. Every single day, thousands of TikTok users fall victim to account takeovers, casual scrollers, major influencers. These attacks happen with alarming speed and precision, leaving victims disoriented and powerless. The perpetrators aren't always sophisticated cybercriminals. Sometimes they're opportunistic individuals using widely available tools and techniques. Understanding how these attacks happen is the first and most critical step toward preventing them. The illusion of safety on social media can be shattered in an instant if users aren't vigilant. The goal of these hackers varies. They steal popular accounts to sell on clandestine marketplaces for profit. They use compromised accounts to spread malware. They push phishing links. They run disinformation campaigns. Sometimes the motive is digital vandalism or personal revenge. They don't always break encryption or servers. They target the weakest link, the user, social engineering, psychological manipulation, preying on a user's trust, exploiting lack of technical knowledge. Hackers often persuade targets to hand over the keys to their digital kingdom. This is why user education is paramount. Platforms can build advanced security, but it fails if users bypass it. The most common and consistently successful method for account hacking is known as phishing. This technique is a form of social engineering where an attacker creates a fraudulent message designed to trick the victim into revealing sensitive information. In Maya's case, the bait was a fake brand collaboration email. Phishing attacks are effective because they exploit human psychology. Our curiosity, our ambition, our fear, our sense of urgency. The message is carefully crafted to appear legitimate, often impersonating a trusted entity like TikTok itself, a well-known brand, even a friend. The primary goal is to lure you into clicking a malicious link. Here's how a typical phishing attack unfolds. First, the attacker creates a convincing fake login page. This page is a pixel-perfect replica of the real TikTok login screen. It's hosted on a domain that looks very similar to the official one. For example, tiktoksecurity.com, tiktoklogin.net. The subtle difference in the URL is often missed by an unsuspecting user. Next, the attacker crafts a compelling email or direct message. It might warn of a security breach claim, you've violated guidelines, or offer an exciting opportunity. The message contains a call to action, urging an immediate click to resolve the issue or claim the reward. When you click, you land on the fake login page. Believing it's official, you enter your username and password. Protecting yourself from phishing requires a healthy dose of skepticism and a keen eye for detail. Never click on links in unsolicited emails or direct messages. Brands and TikTok will rarely ask you to log in via a link to resolve a security issue or to confirm a partnership. Be suspicious of messages that create a sense of urgency or pressure you into acting immediately. Pause and think. Your strongest defense. Instead of clicking a link, navigate to the website or app directly. If you receive an email claiming to be from TikTok, close the email, open your web browser, and manually type tiktok.com. Log in through the official site to check for notifications. This simple habit neutralizes fake login pages. Examine the sender's email address and any URLs with extreme prejudice. Hover your mouse over a link without clicking it to see the actual destination URL. Look for subtle misspellings, extra characters, or unusual domain extensions like .info or .xyz instead of .com. Finally, enable and properly use two-factor authentication. Understand its limitations. A sophisticated phishing page will also ask for your code. Therefore, never, ever enter your login credentials or two-factor code on a page you reach by clicking a link in a message. While phishing preys on human error, another common hacking technique targets weak security practices directly. This method is known as a brute force attack. In its simplest form, a brute force attack is like a digital battering ram. The attacker uses automated software to try and guess your password over and over again, attempting thousands or even millions of combinations until they find the correct one. This may sound like a needle in a haystack problem, but it becomes frighteningly effective when users choose simple, common, or easily guessable passwords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Password QWERTY. They also use dictionary lists, which contain every word in the dictionary. The software will run through these lists first, as they have a high probability of success against accounts with weak passwords. A more targeted version of this is called a credential stuffing attack. This occurs after a data breach at another company. For example, if a shopping website you use gets hacked. Attackers take the leaked lists of usernames and passwords from that breach and use automated software to stuff them into the login forms of other popular sites like TikTok. They are betting that you, like many people, reuse the same password across multiple websites. The single most effective defense against brute force and credential stuffing attacks is creating a strong and unique password. A strong password is not a simple word or a common phrase. It should be long, at least 12 to 15 characters, and contain a random mix of uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, exclamation marks at signs, number signs, dollar signs. Avoid using easily guessable information like your name, your pet's name, your birth date, or sequential numbers. Remembering dozens of unique, complex passwords is, let's face it, an impossible task for any human. This is where a password manager becomes an indispensable tool. A password manager is a secure, encrypted application that generates, stores, and automatically fills in strong, unique passwords for all of your accounts. You only need to remember one master password to unlock the vault. Enabling two-factor authentication, or 2FA, adds a powerful second layer of security that can stop a brute force attack in its tracks. Finally, pay attention to security alerts from all your online services. By building these habits, you transform your account from a fragile glass house into a fortified digital castle. The third major vector for account compromise comes from a place many users trust implicitly: their own smartphones. Hackers have become adept at creating malicious mobile applications disguised as legitimate tools. Photo editors, VPN services, game cheats apps that promise more TikTok followers. They're often distributed outside official app stores on third-party websites, on forums, through direct message links. Once installed, these apps can run nefarious activities without your knowledge. Many deploy spyware or keylogger. A keylogger secretly records every keystroke on your phone. Text messages search queries, usernames, and passwords. When you open TikTok and log in, the keylogger captures credentials and sends them to the attacker's server. You get no real-time indication. Step by step, hacker promotes the malicious app on social media. Promises like a TikTok-only filter or a tool to download videos without a watermark. The user downloads from an unofficial source and installs. During install, the app requests many permissions: access to storage, network connectivity, accessibility services. Users often grant them without reading. Malware activates and runs silently in the background. It records input as the user goes about their day. When the user logs into TikTok Bank's email accounts, the malware captures those credentials. Attacker logs into a dashboard, views stolen data, and takes over accounts. This can bypass two-factor authentication and, with enough permissions, intercept SMS codes sent to your phone. The most fundamental rule for protecting your device is to only download applications from official app stores: Google Play Store, Apple App Store. Both stores have security measures that scan for and remove malicious apps. They're not infallible, but far safer than unknown installers. Downloading an APK file for Android or using a third-party installer for iOS from an unknown website. Be extremely wary of apps that promise features that seem too good to be true. Free followers, paid features unlocked for free. These offers are almost always traps designed to install malware. Scrutinize app permissions before you install an application, and even after, review permissions regularly. Before you tap install, review what the app wants to access. Does a simple photo editor really need access to your contacts, or your call logs, or the ability to send SMS messages? Probably not. Be stingy with permissions. If an app requests access that isn't necessary for its core function, that's a major red flag. Keep your phone's operating system up to date, and keep your apps updated. Updates frequently contain critical security patches. Hackers often exploit known vulnerabilities in older software to install malware or gain control. Enable automatic updates for your operating system, and enable automatic updates for your apps. Automatic updates protect you without having to think about it. Consider installing a reputable mobile security app from a well-known cybersecurity company. These apps can scan new apps for malware. They can block malicious websites and alert you to suspicious activity on your device. Don't rely on a security app as your only line of defense, but it can serve as a valuable safety net. Cautious downloading habits, careful permission management, timely updates, and a good security app. Together, these make your mobile device a much harder target for attackers to compromise. Losing control of a TikTok account, especially one that represents years of work or cherished memories, can feel like a devastating and final blow. The initial moments of discovery are filled with panic and a sense of helplessness. However, it is crucial to understand that even in the face of a complete takeover, there is still a path forward. Your first step should not be to panic, but to act methodically. Your immediate priority should be to contact TikTok's official support channels. Go to their help center and begin the account recovery process. Be prepared to provide as much information as possible to prove your ownership of the account. This may include original email address, phone number associated with the account, the date you created it, the device you typically use to log in. The process can be slow and frustrating, but persistence is key. Document everything, including screenshots of the hacked account and any communication you've had. This evidence will be vital for your case. Simultaneously, you must perform a full security audit of your entire digital life. The hacker may have accessed TikTok because your email was compromised first or because you reused a password leaked elsewhere. Immediately change the passwords for email accounts, social media profiles, banking sites, any other important online service. Use a password manager to generate strong, unique passwords for each one. Enable two-factor authentication everywhere you possibly can, preferably using an authenticator app. This is no longer optional. It is a necessary step to contain the damage and prevent further intrusions. The battle to secure our digital lives is ongoing, but it is a fight we can win. The stories of account takeovers are not meant to scare you into logging off forever. They are cautionary tales meant to arm you with knowledge. By understanding the methods of attackers, lures of phishing, brute force of automated attacks, treachery of malicious apps, you can recognize the threats before they strike. Implement the defenses we've discussed today. Use strong, unique passwords. Enable two-factor authentication. Be skeptical of unsolicited messages. Your digital identity is one of your most valuable assets. Protect it with the diligence it deserves. Take action now and turn your account from a potential target into a digital fortress.